Are you looking for a podcast about mailing a firearm overseas?
Well, then you must be thinking of another podcast.
Oh! I don't know why I held my breath the entire intro song. I was just
You
in
don't
the
need to
back
do
just
that. For what purpose?
Oh my god. Hi, Kelsey.
Hi, Robert.
I feel like it's hard to say good evening when there's this stuff,
So much daylight.
brightness outside, but
Yeah.
good evening, Kelsey.
Good evening, Robert.
How are you today?
I'm frantic. How are you?
I'm good, but I'd like to crack into it.
Yes, please.
With my brand new koozie.
A newsie.
Oh wait, let me hold it there. There you go. Oh,
It's gorgeous.
Fancy. So I think this is a Kickstarter that I funded like in November.
Wow.
It's been a long time, and it just got here.
My goodness, I dropped my bottle of. I have another one.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Okay. We're good.
All right.
It's fine. We're doing it live.
Let's do it. Everything's live here.
Everything's live.
That's how we do it.
Yum tub almost overflowed. We're good. We're good.
Oh yeah. Very nice. Very nice.
Goes down smooth.
So I was wave 5 of deliveries
Oh shit.
in this one, and then there's 6 waves.
Dang, so you were late on their schedule.
Yeah, like it just kept being like, okay, we sent out a new wave. We'll send you a code if you're one of them. Didn't get a code.
Man, how do they decide the waves? By last name?
Maybe. I think I did give to this one a little bit later than normal, so I might have just been one of the last people.
Yeah.
And then you get... How often have you done Kickstarter?
I've kickstarted 2 things, one of which failed. Well, it's still in process. It's going to happen. I promise, guys. We're doing it.
So I've at least gotten like full deliveries like 4 times now through him, I think.
Just this guy? This one?
Yeah, just Dan Mendoza.
There you go.
Because he does his stuff, right?
Yeah.
But after you do like fund it, then you get an email for a backer kit.
Yes.
And so that's when they come to you later and then say like, did you want to add anything last minute? But also, where do you want me to send it?
Yeah.
And I think I may have done the backer kit a little late as well. So I think I just was like one of the last people that did anything. So I think it was just me. It was just my fault.
These things happen.
But it was very cool, and I like it.
Good. I'm glad it came.
Yeah.
I'm getting new internet.
Okay.
I have been waiting to get gigabyte internet for a very long time now.
Yeah.
And I'm finally going to be able to get it. The unfortunate part that comes with that is that I do have to leave my home in order to do so.
Okay.
I'm moving to Arkansas.
Gross.
And this is the first time I've told you, and I've been trying to not tell you, but I also wanted to tell you ahead of time. So sorry for springing this on you live on air.
Isn't that where other people live that you know?
Yes. So here's the thing. My in-laws lived in Arkansas.
Yeah.
They moved and went to Oklahoma. And they have been trying to sell their house on the market there. But it's like it's in a really small town, and it's kind of like a poverty-stricken area. So they haven't been able.
Perfect place for you to go.
It's perfect. They haven't been able to sell it. And so they were like, they have their own mortgage that they're doing in Oklahoma. They have this Arkansas house that they've been still paying on because they can't sell. And they're like, we just want out of it. And they sent it to auction last Friday. And we're recording this on Wednesday, just for posterity's sake. So they sent their thing to auction on Friday, and literally nobody showed up to the auction. Like nobody even showed up. So no bids. And they were like, we don't know what we're going to do. And Yeah, so I was talking to Richard and I was like, here's a crazy idea.
Okay.
What if we bought the property off of them? Like, is it within our budget? And
Yeah.
after talking with them, like they just want to be free and clear of it. So what
Okay.
they want to do is if they can pay off their mortgage there and cover the moving costs that they did to go to Oklahoma, they'll be
Okay.
happy. And we don't have a whole lot on our mortgage here because we got the house at like the low point of the market and then it just fucking went insane here where we live. So
Yeah.
we're going to be able to sell this house and make enough money off of the sale of it to where we can
Okay.
our mortgage and our solar panels and then
Okay.
fully outright buy the house in Arkansas. So no mortgage.
Okay.
So that is why the
That'll
long and
work.
short of why I'm moving.
But why can you have gigabyte internet in the middle of nowhere?
Arkansas, and I can't get it here in a major suburb of DFW. Yeah, I
Yeah.
don't know. Like, we're not moving for the internet. It's just a bonus, you know?
No, I know, but still, I'm like, how come poverty-stricken
I know.
can have it,
It's
but
literally
you can't here? That's
it's
what's funny.
wild to me. Um,
Okay.
It's a really small town. Like, we grew up in a small town before it got to be a big town.
Oh, yeah.
This town is small. It is less than 2,000 people live there. Small.
Where you gonna get your groceries, man?
Yeah, okay, the town itself is 2 square miles. It's
Okay.
small.
I'm like picturing where my grandma lives.
Probably similar. I can send you the address. I won't give it out on the air here, but
No,
let me
yeah.
just send it to
I'm just
you
trying
and
to
you
see.
can peruse.
Okay, so what'd you say? Square. Actually, just give me the town name
Yeah,
because
I typed it here in Discord for you. Like,
when I googled the other town, they just gave the area in acres, not like square miles.
Okay, weird.
So that must mean that this place was smaller then.
Probably.
If it's just in acres.
Yeah.
Okay.
The house that we're buying, dude. I don't know if I talked about this house on the show before, but it is
You have.
literally insane. It's the biggest house I've ever been in or seen. So it's gonna be like it's gonna feel kind of empty because it's just me and Richard moving out there.
Yeah.
We're trying to convince my brother-in-law to move with us just so we have some company, you know, because we don't really have a built-in network in Arkansas. Like, we're moving just kind of like on a hope and a prayer, a chance and a whim. So it's kind of crazy and it's all happened so fast. Like, it's just unfolded over the last 4 days. So it's been a lot. Like, I have been stressed out. I have not really eaten or slept in the past few days. So if I'm a little frantic or spacey, that's probably why. It's been nuts. So in order to
so your place is 2 square miles. Place where my grandma lives is 0.8 square miles.
Ooh, that's small.
So I was trying to see if it was similar, but so yours is still bigger than what I'm picturing with that. Okay.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, it's a small town. It's the house that we bought originally was built in 1900, which is old as fuck. They had an addition made in 2007, so there's like an updated part of the house, but there's still a really old core to it that has like crawl space and everything. So it's just it's very old, original hardwood flooring. It's got this incredible stained glass door. It's got so much stuff that I'm just like really thrilled to bits about. It's gonna be. I wouldn't have done this if it wasn't gonna be like an adventure, you know? It's kind of a once in a lifetime opportunity for us to do something really unhinged. Like, let's just pick up our life and move to a different state and buy a stupidly huge house. It's going to have a lot of good property and it has more than enough room for a ton of people to come visit because there's just rooms on rooms on rooms in this house. So
you've sent me pictures of it before.
Yeah. I'll take a video when we're going up there this weekend to just move some small stuff. And then
because it's just sitting there empty right now, right?
Yeah, like his dad is living there, but he's got just like bare necessities. And that's another thing about it, is that like his dad's been living in Arkansas while the rest of his family lives in Oklahoma. So he's just been like alone trying to sell the house by himself.
Yeah.
And it's
Oh
been
my god.
lonely and crappy. So
Yeah.
he's super ready to get out of there and just be, back with the fam. So it's been a really weird few days. Like,
I have to say, you're gonna be in a whole different style of people, man.
yes, it's a very red state, and I don't think there's any blue pockets. So it's going to be quite different. I'm going to have to learn all
You're
the
gonna have to,
alt-right symbology probably, so I know which houses to stay away from.
you're gonna have to have some normal colored hair when you first get out
Right?
there.
Yeah, I'll have to tie this back for a minute. I
Yeah.
can't have a pride flag out front or anything like that. So
Probably not.
probably not. I don't want to get firebombed. I don't know.
Probably not, man.
I'm nervous.
Because I mean, the stuff I see on TikTok in populated areas,
Yeah.
I can't imagine where it's all like everybody probably knows the sheriff dude.
Yeah.
I mean, I'd like to get a population.
It is, I think 1,800 is the population.
That's
It's majority white.
well, yeah.
There is a pretty solid native population. The land that we're on is Kadoha territory.
Okay.
I think that's how you'd say it. Kodoha. And it's right on a lake. So it's a resort town. So it's a weird mix of like, there's a resort just literally right up the road, 15 minutes away.
Yeah.
It's this beautiful lake with like cabin property and like these big boats that people go out on and stuff. And you can rent a boat for like real cheap. I don't even remember how much it was, but I remember being like, that's all it costs to rent a boat. So yeah, you can rent a boat for crazy cheap and just go out and like tool around on the lake and have a good time. And it's gonna be so weird and so wild and so different. And I have been like processing it at the same time as like trying to get the house sold and trying to like physically do stuff here at this house that needs to be done in order to get it on the market and sold, while also trying to emotionally process and then tell all my family and friends what the hell is going on. So
I'm hoping it goes smooth, because there's been some places out here that like won't move.
Yeah, that's what we're kind of worried about. Like
it will scooch. Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of properties on the market right now. And okay, so the way that we did it is just like I just Googled sell my house. And I went on Zillow because that's the site that I know and trust. So Zillow partners with a site called Open Door, and we submitted a thing through Open Door on Zillow, and then we submitted a thing through this company called Homelight, which I'd never heard of before.
Yeah, never heard of them.
So Homelight, what they do is they'll take like 3 realtors. They match your property with the realtors in the area, and they send you the information of these realtors, and then the realtors all call you immediately. And when I say immediately,
of course they do.
I put in my address and I was like, I want to sell this property, and it just like ring, ring, ring. Here it is. Here's a person on your phone immediately. So pick up the phone for the first time is a guy named Cameron, and he sounds like a child. He's a little baby, and he's like,
Dude,
I'll sell your house for you.
I mean, you've seen the Speed Tour kid, right?
Oh my God, yes.
I mean,
love that guy.
He's 19.
Yeah. There's like, real estate must be a fascinating business to get into. I've often thought, like, could I be a realtor? I wonder. But yeah, so we got a call from. I think I could. I could sell a house or 2.
Yeah.
Cameron was our first dude, and I didn't know that there were going to be 3. I thought it was just like, we're going to match you with a realtor and they'll sell your house for you. So I was like, okay, Cameron, cool, let's go. And so we scheduled a time with him to like come out, and he's like, okay, I can meet you at your house on Monday. And I was like, okay, that's great, because I was making these calls on Saturday. So a very quick turnaround. So scheduled him for Monday at 11, and I was like, awesome. And then I get a call from another person, and it's like, hi, this is so and so. I got your number off of Open Door or whatever, or Homelight. I got your number off of Homelight, and I'm gonna help you sell your property. And I was like, oh, we already got a realtor. And they're like, no, you're gonna get 3. I was like, oh, okay. I don't know how any of this works, so I trust you. So I scheduled that person to come out at 9. And then I get a phone call from a third person, and they're like, "Hey, good morning. We're gonna come see your property." And I'm like, "Okay, cool. Let's schedule that person at 1." So I talked with Sharon first thing in the morning on Monday.
Okay.
She's a lady who she's like, "I've been selling houses since 1989," and I didn't tell her like I was born that year
Yeah.
because I didn't want to make her feel old. But yeah, it's so weird to like clean your house and like bring a realtor in and be like, "This is my home. This is where I live.
And then you
What do you
said,
think it's
"I
worth?"
promise I'm gonna get it grounded
Oh my god,
at
don't
some
tell them
point."
that my house isn't grounded. I don't even know like what type of work they're gonna have to do. Like, okay, so we were
Yeah.
talking to all the realtors as they were coming through and all that. And Sharon was really nice. Like, she looked at the house and was like, "Yeah, yeah, blah blah blah," and showed just like comparable stuff in the area because they come with just a book of research that they've done. And when I say Sharon
Okay.
had a book of research, it was literally a file folder that was stuffed to the
Yeah.
absolute maximum, just with like those folders that you get from math class, you know, with the little
Yeah.
pockets. She fucking filled that folder,
Okay.
busted into the seams, just like houses and information, and like, here's your whole house if it was busted down into little pieces of
Yeah.
data. So gave us that binder, talked us through it, and I was like, it's going to take maybe like 15-30 minutes for these realtors to come in and be like, "Okay, yeah, it's got this and this many bedrooms, this many whatevers, we'll offer this amount." And I was sorely mistaken because I don't know anything about how to sell a house or how to buy a house.
Yeah.
um I bought this house off of a family private sale. So like,
Yeah.
I didn't have to go through the real estate market. This is my first experience with like a
The market.
realtor. Yeah. So yeah, talking to the lady, she was like, "Okay, yeah," and then did this full presentation for like an hour and 45 minutes. And I was like, "We
Jesus.
have another realtor coming in 15 minutes. You got to clear out of here."
Yeah.
So she leaves, and then our second guy comes in, and it's Cameron, the young dude, and he doesn't have like a big file folder full of shit, but he has this like sleek little like printed book where it's like an
Okay.
actual bound book that they open, and it's very modern, and he is a baby. He looks about 21. And he
Okay.
actually lives in our city. So he was like, "Oh yeah, I live like just 2 minutes up the road here. I could just walk over to your house and come
Okay.
sell it." It's like, okay. Um, but he's like, "Yeah, my parents have been in real estate for 21 years, so I basically have 21 years of experience." I'm like, "But you're
Yeah, sure.
probably 21 yourself, bud."
Yeah.
So, yeah, we talked to him. He was there for only half an hour, which is kind of what I expected out of most of
Yeah.
the appointments. And then the final guy came, and he was like a mix between both of them. He's like, "Yeah, I've been selling houses with my family for 37 years." I was like, "God damn." So
Okay.
he told us all about his family structure, and he's like, he had a look about him. Like, he was very tan, to like the point of like, is it bronzer? What are you wearing?
Yeah.
Like, it's
Okay.
very orangey tan. These like electric blue eyes, and he came in like a little waistcoat and like all prim and proper with a cropped hair and stuff. So he was
Okay.
like very salesman sleazy type dude.
Mhm.
And he was like, "Yeah, we've been selling houses for 37 years, me and my ex-wife." And yeah. So he talked a lot about his ex-wife. He's like, it's women who buy the home. So it's women that you want to sell to. So we have to like really get your house decorated. We got to get flowers in here, and we got to stage it
God.
for the women, because women. Am I right? Am I right, Mr. Man, with your woman? And he's like looking at Richard, trying to get him to say something. Richard's just like, what can you sell the house for?
Yeah, I know.
So um yeah, so we talked to him, and it was another like hour-long presentation that he did, and he was so intense. He the following day sent us an email and was like, "I went through everything, everything about your home and everything about every home in the comparable area." I was like, "Okay."
Okay.
It was literally, I had to scroll on my phone several times to get to the bottom of this email.
Yeah.
And they all gave us like prices kind of in the range of, I don't know, they're like $25,000 from upper to higher, from upper to lower. But at the same time, like, it all sounded like a lot of work. And our
Okay.
our max value I think we got off the house was from the last guy, the sleazy dude, and he said
Well, yeah.
389 is what we could get basically.
Mm,
389 comma 900. So it's like,
okay.
of course you would price it like that.
Yeah.
um, but with that, he's like, but you're gonna have to do repairs because like this thing needs to be repaired and you need to like paint your whole house because he called our house very customized, which like yeah.
Yeah, it
if
was.
if you've ever seen my home, it is it's not like standard colors. I mean, you see the color on the
That's the
wall back here.
see, that's the thing. Nobody likes that anymore.
I know.
Everybody wants a gray house now.
Everybody wants millennial gray, and I don't have millennial gray. Like my kitchen is the closest thing I have to millennial gray because my flooring throughout the home is almost all like that wood look tile flooring, where it is
Yeah.
like a gray white type of tile. We have the black countertops. We have, it's very modern out there, but back here I've got my lime green walls and I've got like just
Yeah.
cool stuff put up on the walls. I have a mural in my bedroom that I painted of Mount Fuji on the wall. And I have like a bright blue, like electric blue game room with board
Yeah.
game shit all over the place. And the guy was like, yeah, you're going to need to like clean out a lot of your house before you can sell it because it kind of looks full and that makes it look small.
Oh my God.
And I
Okay.
was like, you're being so mean to my house right now. And it's like, well, I'm just being honest. That's what you got to do to sell. So, like, we're trying to get you to be able to sell it. Which I get it.
I mean, that's
get
fair
it.
enough.
It's
But like,
fair.
why doesn't anybody like interesting stuff anymore?
I know. Like, it bothers me because I see homes on like TikTok and stuff or Instagram.
Yeah.
I got deep in interior design Instagram the other night because I was just like thinking about all the stuff we could do with the new house. And so I'm just waist deep wading through all these people that have like, I turned my house into a hobbit house and they have,
Oh my
portal
God.
doors and
Yeah.
just plants everywhere and stuff. Like hidden bookcases that you can open and there's a whole world behind them and shit.
Yeah.
I love houses like that and I would love to buy a house like that. And I think that there's like markets for that,
Oh yeah.
I feel like I could sell my house as is to somebody who would be like, okay, yeah, like maybe I don't like blue that much, but it's easy to paint over. Like we bought this house in a pretty customizable
I
palette.
do think there's not a lot of people that want to do that kind of work anymore.
That's true. Yeah, we put a lot of work into this house when we first moved in. Like it was 4 months of just renovating before we were really comfortable with where we were.
I think the time of the fixer-upper is not really around anymore. People don't want to be like, I can change this stuff. They want to go, I just want it.
Yeah. And I respect that. I would love to move into a turnkey where you just like open the door and like, boom, this is a house that I am living in now and it's perfectly the way I want it.
Yeah.
But the way I want stuff is so weird and eclectic that it's never going to be like that when I buy a home anyway. So yeah. So getting this house like in shape to sell, including like the front yard landscaping, because not everybody likes the desert plants that I have out there. So they were like, oh, you should probably fix the front yard up. And the dude said, Robert, he was like, you should paint your house because that green isn't going to sell. I'm like, fuck you.
Like, why not?
My house is bright green because I like it. Like the outside of my house is bright green. It's similar to this color, but like mintier perhaps. So yeah, he was like, yeah, paint over that green trim before you sell it and maybe think about like redoing the landscaping and just like.
And so he's the only one that said all this stuff.
He is not the only one. He's the only one who like outright said, here's a list of things you need to change before I will consider selling this house. Everyone else was like, yeah, your house is going to be a little more difficult to sell because it's customized. They kept using that word. Like, yeah, it's lived in. It's a cool house that has seen a lot of fun times.
That does make sense. I get it because
I get it.
Well,
but I don't want to do it.
Would we say is it TLC? Is that the
Tender Love and Care?
No, the like TV channel
that
has like house flippers and all that stuff.
Uh-huh.
I really think that is what has created the look that everybody's willing to buy a house as and stuff.
Yes.
Everybody takes. I think we talked one time, right? Didn't we talk about there was this house that like was super customized, let's say, and then like this like company bought it and they just turned it into a cookie cutter, black and white, nothing thing.
I hate that so much. Like people will buy a house, rip all the character out of it, and just make it like white, like just blast white paint on the walls. And I know that's going to happen to my house when I move. That's what happens to Richard's parents' house when they moved, because that's just like what sells. And
Yeah.
I get it to an extent. Like, you want to be able to envision your stuff in the space. And like, if you can't envision your green couch with my blue walls, I don't know.
I just Googled, do customized homes sell?
Yeah.
And it just straight up says, over customizing a home may lead to trouble selling it down the road.
Well, I think that people,
That's the thing. You will find that one person that's all like, fuck yeah.
Yeah. And I hate the idea of living in a home just temporarily. Like, I'm not going to make any changes to the house, because what if I sell it one day? Like,
Yeah.
I considered at a time, I was like, we might want to sell this house in the future. It could be like not our forever home. So maybe we shouldn't paint it so crazy. But then I was like, you know what? I want to like living here while we do. So I'm going to
Yeah.
paint my room green. We're going to paint Richard's room purple. We're going to have blue on the walls.
Why you should depersonalize your home for the market. It
Yeah.
shows your home in its best light.
Best light.
No,
Fuck
it's
you.
in its best light right now.
Yeah, this is the best thing that I could do for the house, is to give it character, to give it love.
It keeps the buyer focused. It helps them imagine their own decor. And that, I guess I get, like you said, it's
Sure.
easier to go like, I could see my stuff on this white wall versus whatever else,
Yeah.
And then it increases the perceived value
Yeah.
of the home. And it's how? It says it sets it apart from the competition. No, it doesn't. If they all look the same,
Yeah,
that's
like,
the
I
one that
mean,
I don't agree with. No.
if I move into a white house, I'm going to have to change it and customize it to look how I want. If I move into a house that's multicolored and has strange, I don't know, customizations, I'm going to have to
Yeah.
change it and make it what I want. So I don't like the idea of living in a house like it's an apartment, like, you can't put paint on the walls, you can't tear down a wall, you can't hang stuff on the walls. Just like,
Yeah.
don't touch it in case somebody wants to buy it in the future. That's a very capitalist way of looking at stuff. Whereas
That's
I'm like,
exactly how it is. Yeah.
yeah, I own this place. I'm going to put my heart and soul into it, and I'm going to live in it instead of just
Yeah.
residing in it. But yeah, I mean, the house that we're going to be moving into. So after talking to all of the realtors and everything,
Yeah.
we also were like, well, let's get a cash in hand offer from Open Door, because what Open Door does is they're just like, we'll buy your house as is. We'll take care of the repairs. We'll do all the painting, and we will sell it on the open market when we're ready. So they're going to basically like buy my house and flip it. So after like all the realtor fees and stuff that would come out of buying the house, because you have to pay, the realtor gets 6% to be split between like the buyer and the seller. So there's that. And then there's like the seller's concessions that you have to make, like, oh, I'm going to want to update that toilet, so make a concession to me of $1,000. Like,
Yeah.
sure. And they just like go through the house and tabulate all the concessions that they want. After all the taxes and fees and costs and everything, the cash in hand that we would get from a realtor at the eventual sell date, which also the lady that we talked to first, she was like, I've been really experienced in the market, and here's the times that you will be able to sell. And she told us like June and July are good months to sell because it's summertime. The kids aren't in school. Parents are trying to get into a house and settle before August. The market in August totally shuts down. And then you have like one good month, September, October-ish, before it shuts down again for the holiday season. And then it's back up in January. So she was like, yeah, if you start work on your house now, it could be ready to sell by September. And we were like, that's not good enough, because the house we want is on auction today. So we need to buy it fast. But after all of the considerations, like how much we would have to pay the realtors and all the different stuff we would have to do to, I'm getting calls from realtors constantly, by the way, while we're on this. All the work we would have to do and all the time we would have to wait, it's probably going to be better at the end of the day for us to just sell to Open Door, because they'll probably buy it. They gave us an estimated value of $321, and they're going to come back and tell us whether they're higher or lower than that. But that's kind of the price that we're sitting at right now. And that would be after we sold stuff on the market, they would take about $30,000 off. So say we sold the house at $370 and they take that $30,000, then we're at $340 cash in hand.
Yeah.
But that's months down the line after we've also committed several $1,000s to repairs of stuff that needs to happen in here.
Yeah.
And I don't want to do all that. It's a lot of work and it's a lot of time. It's a lot of stuff to think about and to plan. And I don't want to do that. So we're not going to do that. At least that's where we're thinking right now. We haven't got the cash in hand offer yet. That's supposed to come in today or tomorrow. So I'm obsessively checking the portal for that, and we'll see kind of where we land on that. But this whole thing has just been a crazy time, and like selling a house is
that's how opportunities work though.
It is. Yeah. Like it was one of those things where I was like, if we want this, we got to jump on it. We got to do it, and it's going to go fast. So that's what we've been going through the last 4 days.
Yeah.
It's been a time.
That's how it be.
That's how it be.
That's how it goes.
Yeah.
Okay. But that's cool though.
It is
happy
cool
for you guys.
Thank you. I'm happy for us too.
Yeah.
I'm also really sad about it because I've never lived out of state. And as much as I dunk on Texas, like Arkansas is not better. Sorry, Arkansas. Sorry, people who live in Arkansas. I am moving into the same state now as Aaron and John, our dear friends that we met at Podcast Movement, and the people who work on our fine shows that we help on Tomorrow's New Day in Old Cove. I'm going to be moving just 2 hours south of them. So I'm like, going to tell him, be like, do you want to come over and hang out sometime?
Yeah.
My house is going to be suitable to like sleep a lot of people. It's a house for entertaining. Like the kitchen is ridiculous. So I can't wait to have people over. I can't wait to just like have people in the house. I hope that people will visit. I hope that you will visit.
Yeah. Yeah. You're going to have to do withholding tax now.
What's that?
A thing that you've never had to do because you live here.
Okay.
You have a whole new tax thing to start filing now.
Income tax. That's going to be fun.
Yeah. That's going to be cool.
For that.
What I was going to ask was, what about your jobs?
Yes. Okay. So Richard's job, he's licensed in Texas and Arkansas. And his company was like, we might expand into Arkansas or whatever. So he's like, what if I am Arkansas for you? So he's going to do that. And for me, I think we've talked on the show before how like if you live within a 30-mile radius of one of the hub cities, you have to go in office. I will be moving so far away from a hub city that in office is not even going to be a thing for me anymore. So I'll just be remote.
So you can just stop the search now.
I can just stop the search.
There you go.
Yeah.
Good. Okay, cool.
It's been a time.
How does that feel?
It's chaotic.
Or do you think you're still going to search though?
I mean, the search has already begun. We'll see the stuff that I have in motion right now, if anything happens with that. If not, I'm not heartbroken. But if so, I mean, just more changes in my life. Why not? We're changing states. Why not just change fucking everything else?
Why not?
I hope I can find friends there, because that's my only concern, is that it's going to be lonely. I'll always have the internet. I'll always have our YMBToAP. We'll always have the Discord.
Yeah.
It's just like in-person visits from people are going to be so infrequent.
Yeah. We'll have to see how it goes.
Come hang out on the lake with me.
Okay. I'm not going in the lake, but I will come out there. I won't
either. Yeah.
Okay. Oh, good then. Perfect. Well, do you want to take a quick break?
I do.
That? All right. Let's do that real quick.
All right.
Oh, you think you know what happened to me? Look, I'm back, and I'm about to unearth all the secrets in Old Cove. So do a little refresher on Season 1 and get caught up before Season 2 arrives. Trust and believe. You don't want to miss what's coming.
Welcome to Severed, a podcast suite that offers a rotation of content centered around true crime to paranormal cases. Severed True Crime covers high to low profile true crime cases like the Westfield Watcher, The Staircase, The Keepers, and other binge-worthy favorites on Netflix. Severed Paranormal peers into the corner moon windows of the Amityville Horror House, the Conjuring House, and other mysterious cases, locations, and urban legends.
I'm Harry Chambers.
And I'm Drew Hudson. We want you along for this investigative and haunting roundup. Scare you soon.
Hello, and welcome back to the ad break. If you are loving this episode, but you crave even more YMBToAP, you want it all, you can get hours and hours and hours of bonus content by going on over to patreon.com/YMBToAP, and there you can sign up to be a patron. A patron is a person who loves the show enough to sponsor it monetarily. We love our patrons so very much. We have 30 different tiers you can choose from, so get in there, figure out which tier is right for you, and then, if you so choose, hit the button to subscribe. If you want to support us beyond the Patreon, you want to be our best friends and rep that stuff on your chest, you can get a shirt or a sticker or a little desk ornament or a thing to hang on your wall. You can get all that over at Redbubble. That is in our show notes link. We have all the good stuff over there. And of course, I want to say thank you to all of our supporters, whether you support us monetarily, whether you support us emotionally, whether you're in the Discord telling me it's okay to move and I don't have to cry about it anymore. We love you all so very, very much. Now let's get you on back to that regularly scheduled YMBToAP content.
Let's do that. So, is painting, been painting.
Robert,
I don't even know.
been painting.
I don't even know if we can get into it, but I am covered in primer
Oh boy.
all over. So, I assume you know more. You are an artsy person.
I am.
What do you know about painting?
I
Let's
mean,
say
I know it
painting
takes
walls.
a lot. Okay, so we painted the walls in our bathroom here.
Okay.
And don't tell the people that are going to buy our home, but we painted it with the wrong paint because I guess you can do that. Like there's a right and a wrong paint for the bathroom.
Oh,
So,
okay. Yeah, okay.
I don't know about that. But there's like stuff that leaks out of the paint now because it's like you're not supposed to be in the bathroom.
Ooh,
I don't know. It
okay.
gets humid in there and the paint doesn't like humidity. So it's like we're not paint anymore. We're a different substance.
Gotcha. Well, I didn't have to deal with that.
Good.
No. So, you know that I said I'm probably going to be out here.
Yes.
Right? So we were cleaning up my dad's room,
Mm-hmm.
and there was smoke stuff in there,
Yeah.
some residue, and so we were like, well, how do you go about that? And so Taylor found this stuff called TSP.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so you're
Trisodium
familiar with
phosphate.
whatever that is. There you go. That didn't work so well.
Oh, really?
It was just like stripping paint off the wall and stuff. We were trying to use that to like scrub the wall. But
Yeah.
We did like a little test patch and it was like, that's just going to be a problem. So what do you know about kills?
I love kills. We put kills on our ceiling.
KLZ. Yeah. So kills is a primer, but you can also buy it to do a whole bunch of other stuff.
Okay.
So there's a mold and mildew primer. So I guess like if you had a mold spot before, it'll seal it up, kill it off.
Very familiar with that.
Okay.
Recent purchase.
We just had to get the original, which is just like indoor stain odor, whatever kind of stuff, right?
Uh-huh.
So like I pick it up because I'm assuming that's the one. So I get it in there. Even the people at Home Depot don't know a lot about painting, man.
That's how it be. I realized that in college when I needed paint to make paintings. And trying to talk people through the kind of paint that I needed, I was like, this isn't worth my time. Just had to learn a lot about it myself.
Yeah. So we went and I picked that up and I was like, yeah, we need to buy paint or whatever. And then the guy goes, oh, you can't use that. That is not the one you need. He's like, that kills in a tin can. So that means it's oil based and you can't paint over that with this paint.
Okay.
That's a no-no. Bad. Horribly bad. So then he picks it up and just removes it from my cart, puts it away for me.
Okay.
And then he's like, you need this one. So he walks over there and he's like, oh, well, the one you need, we don't have. Oh, we don't have any of it. Well, I guess that's about it then. And then he just kind of leaves.
Have a good day.
So,
I'm putting your cart away. That's rude.
There was an older guy there when we first got up there, but then we were looking at all the colors, and then we took too long, and that guy left and did something. So it turns out that the guy that did that, he went and chased down the old guy, and he comes like running back. That'll work. The guy said that it works. So like, if you go to Home Depot, you only talk to the oldest dude you can find, because they clearly know. Because the two people that were in the paint section with us, 16 maybe, 17.
Nice.
So they didn't know what was going on. And the girl, so we pick our color, everything's going good. And then she's all like, well, the paint you want, we don't have. So we can't really make you any paint.
Okay.
And we're like, okay, can we step down? I was like, well, can we wait till like next week? Like, when can we get the paint then? And she's like, never. You're never going to get it. We were like, what does that mean? And then she
You're
goes,
banned from this Home Depot.
Well,
get out of here. Hitting you with a broom.
Well, what if I did 5 1-gallon paint because we needed 5 gallons? She goes,
okay.
What if I did 5 1-gallon paint cans? Would you guys be cool with that? And we were like, is that not what was happening? She was only trying to mix us one giant 5-gallon thing, and they were never going to have that 5-gallon base again. So we just weren't allowed to have paint anymore.
So, okay, that's all right.
So
they didn't just like think through the steps of like maybe small paint cans.
No, she didn't do that until way later. And then goes, well, I can get you the paint, but what if I gave you 5 1-gallons? And we were like, isn't that the same amount of paint? And she goes,
think hard about it.
Yeah, it is. And we were like, then that'll work. That's fine. Then that's when the guy comes running back and he goes, you can paint over the oil thing. It's fine. It's fine. You can do that. Now, I will say where we did mess up.
Okay.
These are textured walls.
Every home and textured walls. I hate textured walls so much.
Are yours just like smooth?
Not in my current house. They're just like that.
Okay.
That like sponge texture. I hate it. Like I just give me a smooth wall. Who wants this like rippled business on their walls?
Yeah, it's everywhere.
It's bad.
So the rollers we bought, now that I know there's a difference, were smooth wall rollers, which is why the priming took 4 hours to do.
Oh my God.
In there for so long.
Holy shit.
Because I realize now you can't get into the grooves of textured walls with a smooth roller. Because we went to buy more rollers later when we were going to do the actual color part. And you can get semi-smooth to semi-rough, full-blown rough wall ones. I guess if you had like the popcorn style stuff, that'd be your rough texture. There's a paint roller for that. There's a paintbrush for that.
Makes sense.
So I bought the semi-rough one because it's not that bad. Painting took like an hour. Hour and a half, roughly.
I can't believe you were priming for 4 hours. What kind of a roller did you get? Was it just like a latex smooth?
Plus, kind of, and it was only like 6 inches, maybe 8. That's the one that was on the thing. That's the ones Taylor picked up. So once we had.
God.
But when we went back, we bought the 14-inch like rollers like this, but like the handhelds.
Yeah, there you go.
Done instantly. And then I bought little Wooster brush. What you know about Wooster?
Nothing at all.
Wooster.
Wooster.
And bought the little like angled ones. You could do like the fine lines around all the little electric plugs out, the light switch, fire alarm up there, the little light globe in the center of the ceiling.
You didn't take all that shit down?
I took all the plates off, but like the thermostat. Well, you can't really take the globe down. Like we could take the glass off, but the piece up there, you still have to paint around.
Oh, okay.
So I did all that like fine tuning, did all the little stuff. I was the edger.
Yeah.
That was the part I was good at. Frankly, I'm not a painter. I didn't have a fun time. I didn't like doing it. I honestly did not enjoy my time doing it.
I like painting.
I don't want to do this anymore. So I even considered getting just a fucking
A paint gun?
Just like a sprayer. Oh, yeah.
Richard wants one of those so bad. I'm going to have to really keep him away from that shit when we move into this new place because he's going to be like, I want to fucking blast the walls.
What do I want to call that? Paint
sprayer?
Paint sprayer, Home Depot. Let me see. Because I found one. I mean, it's $20.
Don't tell him that.
Then this one's 40.
I don't want to hear it.
80. But then there's one I found that was like $800.
Yeah.
Bro, I could have bought this for like I would have bought this for $40. And just it would have been great. I would have had a phenomenal time.
I don't like those.
So actually, Mary came out and helped us because she likes to paint. It's how she like resets her brain.
Okay.
She did a wall in 2 minutes.
Shit.
Just a whole 16-foot wall. She was like, what now? And I was like, I'm still edging this one plug. Give me time.
God.
You gotta give me some time. So we did all that. Now we're also getting new carpet in there as well. So didn't put any tarps down. No nothing.
Yeah.
And I was just like, whatever you gotta do. So Mary was just like hand printing, just
fun.
That's funny. I looked up at one point because she's the person that got me into Has-Been. She was writing messages about Alistair in the ceiling whenever she was first painting and stuff. So there's probably some kind of hex in there right now.
Awesome.
But hey, whatever, you know.
You painted over it.
Yeah. But I know it's there though. So yeah, we did all the painting. I think I sent you a picture. It was called Global something.
Global. Yeah, it's a very nice dark sage, like a mossy green.
Taylor said, I want to live in moss.
Yeah, I feel that. I can't wait to paint the new place that we have. I'm going to do so much green.
It's just called Global Green. So if you look up Global Green. Oh, that's what it looks like. It's nice, man. Pretty good. But I don't know why Home Depot don't know anything. The people there don't know shit.
They don't know nothing.
So then we went for the carpet stuff. They botched that whole process too. Like completely botched that whole process. Man. The lady was like, well, what do you want? So we told her what we want. And she's like, well, we'll send out someone to measure and then you can let me know for sure. And we're like, no, we know what we want. We gave you the room measurement. We picked the carpet. We picked the padding underneath. Like we already know. Yeah. The answer is set in stone. And she like refused to put the order in.
Oh my God.
Just like refused it. So we went back to somebody and she was like, did this person help you out? And we were like, yeah. And she goes, yeah, she sucks.
Okay.
Because she didn't do anything. Like there's no notes in your profile here.
She's just the known Home Depot troll. She makes you believe that she's helping, but she isn't.
Yeah. So now that's not going to happen for like a week or so. We were hoping that it would happen like this week.
Yeah.
Right after we paint that. That's why we painted so quickly. But not anymore. So that's a whole thing now. But the paint is good. The paint is good. It came out nice. It actually came out really nice. I've never really painted like that. So I kind of thought I'd screw it up a bit more. I did all right.
Yeah, it's just getting color on the walls. You've done good.
I didn't think I mean, there were spots that were a little thin. I just touched them up, then they came out good. So I was like, oh, okay, I'm not so bad at this, but I don't want to do it again. I will text Richard later this air sprayer.
Do not. I swear to God. I'm going to have to keep him so far away from that shit.
Why? It's so cool, though.
Why? But, like, it won't go on
It's
even.
just because that's the point of them, though. They do go on even.
But they don't. It's going to blast all the paint in one area. Like, if you
don't move it.
If you know what you're doing, it's an easy system. Just, like, sweep and paint. But I just know he's going to get in there and just be like...
and just, like, hold it in a spot and let it just run down.
Like, why is it working? And I'm going to have to go back with a fucking paint roller and detexturize whatever he's doing.
I just thought you were going to say, I just want to get messy painting, so...
I do also want that.
I don't want that, man. I still have so much... I just have primer everywhere. The paint is gone. There's no paint on me. The primer, like my nail...
No, you're just primed and ready is what you are.
My God. That stuff stank too. The
Yeah,
primer is a
fucking
lot.
stinky. It's not good.
No, that's a lot. We had the windows open and just fans like, blowing air out for
Yeah.
like 12 hours
Dude, I
more.
was touching up a baseboard yesterday because we have like a baseboard that needs just some love. That when the realtors were there, I was like, I don't want them looking at this. So
Okay.
I busted out this old paint can, like cracked it open and brought it inside, and it stunk. Like old paint smells worse. Paint that hasn't been
Yeah.
opened in a year or two is just like sitting in that can fermenting or whatever the fuck it does.
No.
Crack it open, and the cats, like, you know when a cat sniffs something and they're just like, and they sit there with that open mouth stare, just
Yeah.
like, ugh. And that's what all my cats are doing.
Yeah.
It's like, get away from it. Stop huffing paint.
Oh, dude. The primer. Okay, the paint, nothing. No smell. Totally great. It was phenomenal. That primer, I was like, my tongue is spicy. I was like, something's wrong here, you know?
I
It was
think the
starting to get to
paint
me.
probably stunk, but you were just so desensitized from the primer. You're like, yeah, paint's fine. I could drink this.
Oh, yeah, it was totally good. And they said it was supposed to be like one coat. Definitely 2 coats.
It's
Always
two
2
coats.
coats. It's always 2 coats. But so yeah, we painted. I sent you a picture of it. I'll
Proud of
show
you.
you guys some more later. I took pictures at like midnight last night, so it was dark, and I was like, nah, these pictures aren't going to come out good. So I'll take different photos for you.
Okay.
But I just got 2 little small things for you, and then we'll just get out of here.
All right. What you got?
But I wanted to send you a picture because I told you about my monitor that I've been
Yes.
trying to replace, right?
The like line of dead pixels that was starting to happen.
Did I send you that?
You didn't send me the picture, but you told me about it.
Oh, it happened. Here it is, man. I don't even know what caused it or when it started, but it finally hit. I'm gonna try to ride this out like a little bit longer.
Okay.
Because I just don't want to spend money.
Oh, that is a line of dead pixels. Just a bright blue slice.
Oh, yeah.
Straight through.
I haven't worked with that yet, so I don't know how that's gonna happen. But I mean, we're recording right now. I've been staring at it the whole time.
I don't know how you do that. Like, I couldn't.
Well, I can't just go get one. And I mean, literally, I can't just go get one. The one that I want can only be ordered.
Oh shit.
I cannot go to a place and leave with it. So I have to like order it and wait for it no matter what.
Mm.
But I'm gonna go like way cheaper. I'm gonna get some Gigabyte monitors.
Okay.
Right? That's like a really cheaper brand kind of thing. They make ratings.com's list, so it's still decent, but
Okay.
it's always like they give you best, kind of a midpoint, like a budget, but then just like a cheap one.
Yeah.
And they're on like the cheap one. They're like less than budget.
Mm.
But it's like $250 still per monitor, which
Yeah.
I think is still a decent price for one, right?
I guess. I feel like monitors just keep going up, dude.
Well, I only get 1440p. If I got a 1080p one, I could leave for like $100.
Yeah.
And be totally fine. But I need the 1440 because that's like my sweet spot, right? It's good for working. It's good for doing the podcast stuff. You just get so much more real estate on the screen.
Yes.
I can't do 4K. That is too much space. There's too much room on those. 1440 is like my sweet spot. Have you used a 4K monitor?
Yeah, Richard
You ever
has
looked
one.
at that? I hate
Why
it.
are your icon's so small?
I hate it so much. 1440 is perfect for me. That's my absolute sweet spot.
Yeah.
But the one that's dying on me is the one that's actually the most functional. It's like a business one, so it has like the USBs that you can plug stuff into it. And I was like, you know what? I don't game at this thing. And even when I don't do like HDR or anything crazy fancy. I was like, what if I just got 2 business ones? I just had
business monitors.
all my USBs that like funnel down towards my feet to the desktop itself. What if they're all just in the back of this? It's all tied up behind me and I don't have to worry about hanging cords or nothing.
Yeah.
So I'm going to get 2 of those.
Fuck yeah.
Gigabyte one. And then this one right here.
You can't see right now. Secret cord.
But this Shure microphone plugs in via USB-C, not even just USB.
Yeah, and that's weird
And
to me.
Thankfully, this desktop that I built has a USB-C spot on it.
Good.
But the monitor has one. And so that cord is at maximum capacity to get from this side of the desk all the way under to where the desktop is on this side.
Yeah.
I was like, I could just wrap that up. Little tiny. I've got
Tuck
a whole
it.
bunch sitting here right now.
Plug it.
All the little
Little
Velcro
Velcro
strip things.
guys.
I'm just going to do it real nice and tight. Just plug it in right there. Nope, no fuss, no muss. Oh, it's going to be great.
Go ape shit for Velcro.
Not really. He's just a hair tie guy.
Boosh is insane about Velcro, specifically those little Velcro cable ties. Like when we were first cable tying all of our shit in here,
Yeah.
Boosh was a kitten, and she was just like, I need all that. Give me that. I need that. And just like, choose on it. Still to this day, like 8 years
Not
old,
really.
and she's obsessed with Velcro.
He's not in here, but no, he's pretty chill. He used to be about cords a little bit because he chewed up my surround sound. Remember?
Oh,
bastard! Oh, I'm still mad about that shit. Oh, I'm still so mad.
Rightfully so.
I replaced the back left speaker wire 3 times.
Oh my god.
They don't make that surround sound no more. So I was like, it's not like it's just a cord, and I don't want to buy one and have to like strip it and cut my own and fit what plugs into that thing. I didn't want to do all that.
A whole mess.
So anyway, it's all good now, and he finally stopped doing all that stuff.
Good.
But the monitor is finally gone. It's been a slow thing, but I think it's going to become exponential now. I'm like really afraid that it's just going to like turn off.
Yeah, I feel like with Dead Pixels, like once it starts, it creeps. It's an infection. It goes everywhere.
Yeah. And it wasn't even that. There's just like burning stuff all on the top side.
Oh no.
And it's just been getting bigger, and now on the opposite end, just like a deadline. I don't know what's going on with that. So we'll see what happens. But gonna be getting a new monitor. We'll see how that goes. All the other new stuff going on. But I wanted to close out with a Kelsey thing.
A Kelsey thing.
I think this is a Kelsey thing. Are you ready for this?
I'm ready for this.
George Strait has now broken the largest attendance record for a concert ever held in the United States.
That feels false to me. I would like to hear more.
But no, so I'm going to read you some stuff and you'll be like, oh, holy shit.
Read me the stats.
So anyway, he just had a concert June 15th, right?
Uh-huh.
At Kyle Field at Texas A&M in College Station.
Okay.
Right? So it's the all-time attendance record for a ticketed concert.
Okay.
If that helps make a distinction for you, but like a ticketed concert where people bought tickets and went. It's the largest number. It was previously held by the Grateful Dead.
Oh shit.
The Grateful Dead had 107,019 fans in attendance to a show in 1977.
That's a lot.
They have held that record until last week.
So, what is Taylor Swift filling her stadium with?
Let's see.
She has like what the Eras tour is going on right now.
Taylor Swift concert crowd.
Yeah.
Her largest is 96,000 people.
Damn. That's kind of incredible.
So he blew her out of the water by like a good 20,000 people.
Wow.
Because I'll get you the number.
Okay.
So they had 107,000 people, right? So that was in Raceway Park in New Jersey.
Okay.
Now Texas A&M's Kyle Field held a record previously with 110,633 people was the largest event they've ever held.
That's so many.
That was in 2014 for a Texas A&M football game against Ole Miss.
Okay.
Right? With that, he blew that out by 300. He had 110,905 people in attendance.
Wow.
Okay, well, we love our calculators here, so
Get that
let's bust
math
out a
going.
calculator. Here we go. So he had 110,905, and let's see. Number of people in attendance at our biggest show to date, the Eras Tour. It's not a for sure number, but it says like 96,000's like the rounded.
Okay.
Right? But so still minus 96,000. He had 14,905 more people.
That's nuts.
In this place.
That's so many people.
He has the largest concert ever. That is his official record now.
Damn. Way to go, George Strait.
That is nuts. So on top of that, he has the most number one singles of any artist in any genre.
Really?
Yeah.
What?
Name who you think would have the most number ones, because I think most of the people you'd think would have an insane amount of number ones does not have as many as you think.
Like
the
Prince,
Beatles don't
Madonna?
even have that many.
Really?
Like people have hits, but number one hits is like vast. Let's see, artist with most number one hits.
I just feel like
this even says right here, the Beatles have the most number one hits among all acts in the chart's history, but that's for this one chart. So that's the Billboard Hot number one, but they've only had 20.
That's a lot. How many has George Strait had?
60.
What the fuck?
He had a whole 50 number ones album that came out, remember?
No.
And he beat Conway Twitty, who had 47 at the time.
Jesus Christ.
I mean, he broke the record at 50, and then he has 60 now because it's just progressed since then.
That's a ridiculous amount of number one hits.
But see, then it's where do you look, right? Because
yeah,
they're only considering the Billboard Hot 100. He's not on the Billboard Hot 100.
Okay.
But he has number ones on well, this says, where is that line? Number one singles of any artist in any genre. The only artist to chart a top 10 hit every year for 30 years straight.
30 years?
30 years straight on both the hot country songs and country airplay. And then the most number ones on the country top albums chart or whatever.
Okay.
But still, so he just broke a Grateful Dead thing.
Yeah.
He's got 60 number ones. Like, nobody has that many number ones, even in their own respective genres.
That's incredible.
Like, yeah, sure, it's in the country one, but still, nobody in country had that many except for Conway Twitty. That was 47. And he's at, I think, like 64 now or something. And he's releasing a new album this year as well.
God damn.
How many number ones does... Here, how many number ones does Taylor Swift has? How many number ones do you think Taylor Swift has?
She's got, if 30?
Number ones, though. She has 12.
Just 12?
That's it. Number one is insanely hard to hit. Number one is hard to do. You can have massive hits, but maybe you hit in the top 5, the top 10, but to hit number one is astronomically hard.
How many did Lady Gaga have?
How many number ones does Lady Gaga have?
I guess I just have like a skewed perception because
she has 15.
That's a lot too.
That is a lot.
It's just so weird to think about. I feel like I don't really know what a number one hit is, whenever an artist comes out with a hit song, I'm like, oh, yeah, that went number one. But I guess number one is just what the aggregated plays off of all the different music services.
I don't really know how they do it now.
Yeah, because there's there's got to be like some kind of way to calculate how you get number one. It's not like a feeling, because I feel like there's a lot of number one hits out there, but
that's the thing. But most of them aren't, though. And see, a lot of this always just says the Billboard Top 100.
right.
And in that, you get very little change of people. Because usually one song will just dominate for months on end.
Yeah.
But then tons of hit songs hit underneath it, but they never quite hit number one.
Are you on Chapel Roan TikTok?
No.
Okay. Because you're not gay. I'm going to send you some Chapel Roan TikTok.
Okay.
I'm sure Taylor's on Chapel Roan TikTok.
I'll have to ask.
She's a new artist that like she just had, you know the Tiny Desk that NPR does, the Tiny Desk concerts.
Mm-hmm.
I'm obsessed with Tiny Desk, and Chapel had a really good Tiny Desk, and like since February she's just kind of absolutely launched from almost obscurity into absolute stardom. It's nuts. She just performed at Bonnaroo, and it's the largest crowd I've ever seen for an artist. Like they did a flyover, and she has a song called Pink Pony Club. So like the fan base, they call themselves the Pink Pony Club, and everyone dresses in like this pink cowboy outfit, and like they like it's a thing. If you're going to a Chapel Roan concert, you wear pink cowboy stuff. So this whole crowd was fucking pink. Like it's amazing to see a new artist go from nothing to just overnight absolute craziness. I think you'll like her and her story. I'll send some videos of her to you.
Okay. So give me a year that you want the number one hits from. Because I just pulled up this year.
1989. I guess I won't have any reference. Let's pull 2008 when I graduated.
Okay. So I'm only counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. But then that one creeped back though. So at 9, 10, 11, 12.
So I'm thinking like for 2008, the top hits would be.
There's only 22 songs that were at number one throughout the entirety of the year.
Goddamn. What was the longest number one? I would guess something from Usher.
No. He did have a number one for 3 weeks, and that was it.
Okay.
Love in This Club for 3 weeks, and that's it. And then he is not on there the rest of the year. I would say Gaga had a big year. She's not on here at all.
Actually, 2009 was her big year, wasn't it? With Just Dance.
Let's see. I'm just going to go ahead and hit 2009. So Poker Face for 1 week, and that's it.
Okay. For 1 week? What the fuck?
1 week, and then gone again.
Okay. All right. What was number one for the longest in 2008?
In 2008, you are looking at Low with Flo Rida featuring T-Pain.
Yeah, that was a big song.
That was the first 3 months almost.
Oh my god!
Alone,
summer.
just 3 months of that. And then second would be I Kissed a Girl, Katy Perry.
Okay. Yeah. All right.
But then like some of these like were at number one, fell off, and then came back.
So what's like number one so far this year? I'm trying to get a grip on what number one means.
There's not many. Like we're in June, and I'm counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Only 13 songs.
Okay.
Because one of them just kept coming back and forth.
Was it Taylor Swift?
No, it's a Jack Harlow. Taylor Swift is
still relevant?
Not on here. She is not on this. Well,
That's weird to me.
For 2 weeks and then back off again.
Okay.
So Jack Harlow was on there for Lovin' on Me.
Okay.
I don't even know that one. But it was number one for 2 weeks, took off, back a week off, back for 2 more weeks. So 6 weeks alone are just that song.
I have I keep using Taylor Swift as like the tent pole for me because I think about just her impact on culture. Like we haven't had an artist as successful as Taylor Swift. Like her concert it's selling out stadiums overseas. Like
Yeah.
Americans are buying tickets overseas to
But
go see
see,
her because the
that's
shows
the
here
thing.
are sold out.
Popular is not number one though,
Yeah, and that's
which is
weird.
weird.
And she's selling, like, she has a deal with motherfucking Disney. Like, her concert is on Disney Plus. You can go watch it. When that's
Yeah.
just like, we haven't seen an artist of her caliber that has like that's just been in the cultural zeitgeist for this,
Yeah.
at this level for this time. Like, everyone knows who
She
she
is
is.
on here for 2 weeks for the song Fortnite with Post Malone.
Okay.
See, like most of them, you don't know these songs.
Yeah.
So we had Lovin' on Me, Yes and by Ariana Grande. That was for 1 week only. Megan Thee Stallion had one. Then Beyonce had Texas Hold'em for 2 weeks.
Okay.
Then it kicked back off. Ariana Grande crept back in again with a different song. And then
I feel so out of touch.
even that song Too Sweet by Hozier,
Hosea?
1 week off the chart again.
Damn.
So like that's not even popular enough to stick around long.
Yeah.
Like what is considered a number one is so like it is astronomical to achieve that.
Okay. And George Strait has had what 60 number one hits?
Yeah. But not on the Billboard Hot 100.
Okay.
He's had it in like his respective genre, I guess.
The George Strait top 100.
Let me pull because I've tried to look it up so many times.
It must be
I'm
like
not-
the country Billboard 100 or something.
Well, it is part of that, but like even on like the pop side, like that's where Lady Gaga had her like 15
Okay.
and stuff.
Yeah.
Like it's hard to pinpoint this down.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Music it's weird. How do you measure
'Cause
success? You know,
I've
Is it a
been
good
trying
song?
to figure this out since the 50 number one album came out when I was in high school.
It's
I was
all
like, but what do
very
you
nebulous.
mean? You know? Like it's hard to figure out. Singles discography. Yeah, I can see a lot of this shows on the US country chart.
Okay.
Okay, fine. So let's do here. Taylor Swift.
If you're watching this
Number
or
one
listening
hits.
to this right now and you're yelling at the screen about how you know what the Billboard Hot 100 really means, please write in because we're obviously confused.
Here, so see, so her peak chart positions. There's the US, and they don't really say like what chart this is though.
Yeah.
But
I
even
just
then,
use like TikTok as my fucking dowsing rod for like knowing
yeah,
where the youths are making the music.
her first number one was "We're Never Ever Getting Back Together,"
Okay.
and I feel like
That was
that
her
was pretty
first
late
number
in
one?
there. That was the first one.
Damn.
I Know You Were Trouble was only a number 2, so it didn't even reach.
Damn. What the fuck?
And then Shake
I
It
guess
Off
it's
was a 1.
I just don't know what
Blank
music
Space was a
is, you know?
1. Bad Blood was number 1. But then there's
Okay.
tons of titles that I'm reading and I'm like, that wasn't a number 1? Like, it's just hard. But it does say that he holds the most number ones for any like chart though.
Okay.
It's not like just Billboard Hot 100, but like out of any place where you get a number 1, he has the most. Out of
Well,
any genre, any place.
way to go, George Strait.
And I can't wait for more, although I listened to the new single and it was all right.
Was it the one about how police officers are
No.
awesome?
No, this one was
The
about
bootlicker anthem.
getting drunk in Miami or something.
Okay.
And I was like, I don't live in Miami.
Cut loose, Georgie boy.
I don't care about this. But anyway, just the fact, I just thought you'd like how that many people gathered, and it's the most that people have gathered in a ticketed place of all time now.
That's cool as fuck.
Since 1977.
Damn.
That's nuts.
Yeah.
So that's all I got for you. That was it.
All right. Good show, old chap.
If you guys know something more about charting of songs, try to tell us, but don't give me Billboard shit because I already know that's complicated enough.
Yeah.
Explain it better.
Do better.
Explain it better. But with that, are you ready to see if we can hit number 1?
Oh, yeah, please.
All right, let's do that. So you get to start us.
You get to start us.
I get to start us?
You
Oh,
get to start
man.
us.
If you love this episode, please tell a friend. Word of mouth is the best way we can get the good YMBToAP into fresh new ears. We release weekly every single Monday. That is the YMBToAP guarantee. I don't have my sticker with me, but I will find him because I love that little truck. He always brings you the YMBToAP every Monday. You've seen firsthand, even when one of us is out of pocket, we still get it here, man. We always make that happen. 5 years running. But if you want to talk to us, you want to get in touch with us, head on over to Instagram. We'll post some pictures of the paint job that I had going on. Maybe Kelsey will post a picture of this weird floorboard she had going on.
Yeah, maybe.
I don't know. Who knows? But we're on over at Instagram, YMBToAP. Go check us out and chit chat with us. But if you want to get into us a bit sooner, a bit more personalized, you can go on over to the Discord. You can sign up for that by hitting patreon.com/YMBToAP. Sign up for that $2 tier. You can get in the Discord episode discussion, be talking with us about this right now. There's a lot of other stuff you can get into, so I urge you to go check it out. But I want to know what you guys think about Kelsey getting up out of here. What do you think? Are you excited that she'll get fiber, though? She'll get the good internet to share with her bandwidth of 1,000 other people?
Gig up, gig down, baby.
Yeah, so she's going to have a phenomenal time. No one's going to be online with her.
Yeah.
I want to know what you guys think about painting. You guys love the smell of primer? Because I sure don't.
Fresh.
It was horrendous. If you know of another good monitor, let me know. And again, educate us about this number 1 Billboard stuff. I want to know what you guys know about the whole charting of songs thing, you know?
Yeah.
Because it is such a tricky thing. I've literally been trying to figure it out for years. Because there's the top 100, but then there's the top pop. Then there's the rock one, you know? So, like, not everybody winds up in the same bucket. So it's hard to, like, figure it out, you know?
Educate us.
Educate me about that. I would love to know. And again, we just love our patrons so much. You guys are why we keep doing it. I don't know what else to tell you. You guys are the best. You're just the best.
Don't forget that our theme song is The Grim Reaper Blows the Horn by Faraj. Please check him out on YouTube, where you might be watching this video right now. And as always, thank you so much for listening. And tune in next time to get the answer to that burning question. How many number 1s did David Bowie have?
That is an excellent question.